everybody. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Monique and welcome to Medora Budgets. I'd like to thank anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, and especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. Truly started this as a way to hold myself accountable, but I understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. If you're rocking with me on this journey, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell. At the end of this video, if it's content you find valuable or enjoyable, please feel free to subscribe. It's myself and Sweets, married with a whole bunch of kids, trying to figure out our future family and finances so the decisions we're making now won't negatively impact us in the future. Today is, believe it or not, it is Sunday, April the 4th. Prom is over. So right here, I'm gonna either put in some photos of Corinne and the final look that she had, or I'm gonna put this TikTok video that my oldest put together with her and Corinne. One or the other I'll put there, but she looked absolutely stunning. It was a beautiful day. After she finished with the prom itself, it was over at 11. We were at the Atlanta Marriott Marquis hotel, and that's where we stayed overnight. But after it was over, Kim, my oldest, took her out to hang out for a little while. And I think they got back at like 2 or 3 o'clock into the room, and I had Lubine all night. So I'm a little tired and I am about to go and get in the bed. But what I wanted to do is come here and talk through my debt payment plan. Now, normally on Mondays, I do a savings challenge stuffing, and I play a few games, but I did not choose to do the savings challenges for this past paycheck that I received on May the 2nd. And although I budgeted it out, when I go through my actuals, you see that I did not actually contribute that. I held on to that money so that if I needed it to buy any last minute items or anything like that from a prom perspective, I would have the funds available and I wouldn't have to worry about swiping my card. I did use some of that money, but I think I might have a couple of dollars left. If so, then I'll do a savings challenge in an off week, and that'll be available come next Monday. All right, so we are here then to do a debt payment plan update. I think I'm going to turn it this way because I think I can go ahead and make it a little bit larger. Remember, this is for April. All right, so, and I'm going to come in here a little bit more, not out, but in. So let's talk about it and let's see where we are. All right, as far as my debt payment plan for April is concerned and how I ended up. So you all already know that Best Buy is paid off. That was the first one that I did in this debt snowball. So that one is done, and we have not used that card or purchased anything else. So it is still sitting at a 0 balance. The next one is our Citi credit card. That payment was due on the 24th. My initial balance was $7,004.21. My interest rate, some of my stuff is there at a 0% interest. The other part is there at a 14.99% interest. At the end of the day, after I made the $182 payment, I ended up at an end balance of, I take that back. I made a $182 payment. We'll talk about the rest of that to see how we got to an end balance of $6,362.74. We'll move on to Kohl's. Kohl's actually increased. I actually ended up having to use that Kohl's credit card to purchase a couple of things. Corinne needed some shapewear. And also I needed to buy some things for church, for specific items that I needed to wear. So although I did make my $50 minimum payment, you did see the ending balance on that one as an increase from the initial balance at the beginning of the month. For Green Sky, I made my $89.75 minimum payment, and that brought me down to $49.93.39. For Nelnet, I made my $81.55 minimum payment, and that brought me down to $11,173.02. For Rooms to Go, I paid the $100 I typically do, and that brought that balance down to $4,715.72. So at the end of the day, my total balance that's left at the end of April, as far as my consumer debt is concerned, is $29,612.72. Now, with that said, I did make extra debt payments on the Citi card, and here I have them outlined. I paid an extra $43 on the 11th, $125 on the 18th, another $250 on the 18th, and then another $50 on the 25th. So that's why my balance for city had gone from $7,004 to $6,362.74. So my end balance reflects the extra payment amounts that I made here. So the total amount that I paid on debt for this month was $971.30, almost $1,000. All right, so let's look and see what that means overall. Here, last month total was $29,320.51. This month's total is $28,612.72. And although I spent or paid $971 overall towards my debt, once you factor in interest, then I saw a monthly progress of about $700 for the month of April. That means that my total debt monthly progress for the month was 2.2%. When you look at my overall debt progress since January of 2025, I owed, at the beginning of January, I owed $31,124.99. Now I'm at that $28,612.72 as of the end of April. That means I've paid a total of, or overall debt progress of $2,512.27 in the past 4 months. January, February, March, April. Yes, 4 months. And so that's an overall 8% debt progress for me. So those are the numbers and how they shape out. When I looked at this and I went to my calendar, not my calendar, it's my tracker, the tracker that I have of the plant. So I'm going to go ahead and go to that. Now let's see how quick I can get there. There you go, right there. So oh, no, that's the wrong one. That's Best Buy. Let's go over one more. City. So for my City credit card, my starting balance in October of 2024 was $8,700. Each item on here, or each piece to include the planners, is worth $167, and I'm coloring in as I make progress. So what I do is I take that total amount that was due, $8,700. I look at how much I have that I owe as of the end of April, and that was $6,363. So that means I've paid from October of last year to April of this year, I've paid $2,337 towards the City credit card. Now, if each of these pieces is worth $167, I'm going to divide by 167. And that's going to give me 13.99 pieces, almost 14 pieces. I have to wait until this number says 14, just in case, because they always add interest and all kinds of other things that go on. So the way I'm calculating it, I'm not counting in anything past the dot. It's just what this number says right there. So I was able to color in some additional pieces. So now I have 13 colored in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes. So I'm 3 off. So I will have this plant finish 167 times 3. When I add another $500, I'm going to try and do 300 or 350 or somewhere in that. I want to get rid of that whole $362 that's due there. I don't think I'll make 500 though in May, so it may be closer to June. So my expectation is by June I will have this entire plant done. Yay for me. All right, so that's how my consumer debt overall is looking as far as a debt update is concerned. I think that is it. Don't have anything else to share. All right. Thanks everybody for your time. You guys have a good one.